You are about to see mutilated corpses, burning tank carcasses, and all out mayhem, brought to you by Frontline Fatalities.
Sup, COH fans, and welcome to episode 83 of Frontline Fatalities Season 2, brought to you by the Frontline Network, presented by me, FatalSaint, and my good friend Tommy. What's up, Tommy?
What's up, Fatal? You'll, of course, notice, ladies and gentlemen, that we are back in the fields of Normandy. We are taking a break, a very brief break, from the Eastern Front, and we're going back to cast a little bit of Vico.
Yep, we are back here with two great players from the Vico era, both WMD members. Where's my demo? Same clan that we are in. It's Spanky versus Sandland on Angoville. At the 5-second mark, you ready to go, Tommy?
I'm ready.
Pause in 3, 2, 1, unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. A little bit of Vico to spice things up.
Yeah, I've missed Vico. It's been a long time since I've even since I've seen any replays or played any games in it, because since the big switch to Steam servers, obviously the auto match system doesn't really work anymore, unfortunately.
You can't veto maps, or what is it? There's several things.
There's
Leaderboards are kind of borked.
Well, yeah, the leaderboards are totally broken, and there's a lot of problems, unfortunately. But these two guys, I think they had a basic match.
Yeah.
I imagine, because they're playing from tournament positions, so I imagine this is probably a basic that they set up, because you can still do basics just fine. And we are seeing from Sandland, he is opening with 3 pioneers.
We have a single engineer opening from Spanky, putting up the racks in his base and building riflemen straight off the bat. He might be going for something I think we've seen Sandland do in the past, like 5 rifle timing.
Yeah, the 5 rifles with the single engineer opening is it's a lot of fun, and it works particularly well on this strategy on this map, because you can sort of use it to rush the Wehrmacht if he goes right. It all depends on if he goes right. If the Wehrmacht goes left, you're pretty much you're boned. But if he goes right, then you can rush him and camp behind the hedge and prevent him from getting a lick of fuel.
Well, it seems like Spanky's then rolled the dice and won, because Sandland seems to be going right with all his 3 pyos. Right. And he'll be happy when he sees this cutoff getting capped now, and he's going to get the building before the pyos, and that means no income for Sandland until he can flush those rifles out. And with a 3 pyo start, that's going to take a while.
Yeah, he does just have a Volksgrenadier coming out now, but this is gonna be a real irritation now. But
don't leave the building,
Spanky, yeah, he's moving too far away from the building. If the Volks, they're getting...
I'm not sure who's closest. I think the rifle's gonna win. No, the rifle's gonna go stop a cap. The Volks.
No, this is bad for the Volks now. I think this is bad for the Volks.
Oh, he gets in the building. All the rifles basically clumps up at the door and gets in the building. That's nice.
Well, he's going to build sandbags here, but I think he's taking quite a lot of damage, as you can see just there, just while he's building. And in that little engagement at close range, he took a bit more damage than the rifles did. And his second unit is a bike, which is notoriously terrible against buildings. So, yeah. I don't know.
He needs a sniper, I guess, or a secondary Volk maybe. That would have been enough small
a sniper is second unit.
Nah, yeah, that's getting crazier. Yeah, I guess so. But, you know, he needs something to get this... As long as those rifles are going to camp around here and just keep the Volks off the cutoff or the pyos or whatever.
Well, there's 2 rifles here, so he can actually, he's going to rush this Volk squad. And, yeah, this is
no way Sandland's going to get that back for a long time. But as Spanky is being quite aggressive with his first rifle, went straight for that cutoff house. His second rifle went over to
oh, that bike! He's got focus fired there by the 2 rifle squads. Went down, went out of control there. That's a big loss to take this early on.
Yeah, I also want to mention that Spanky doesn't really have that many territories either. Just look at the minimap.
No,
because he only had one engineer, obviously, so he's had no real capping power because all of his rifles have been in combat.
Yeah, he sent that engineer to the right-hand side and used it to cap just those little points next to his base. But even so, that's more than what Sandland has.
Sandland has SIP. He doesn't even have the fuel or the munitions outside of his base, which is really easy to get. He doesn't even have those. He's got
and that's quite a dangerous position to be in, because if you let yourself go with no fuel income at all as a Wehrmacht for too long, you could be hit with an M8 before you can even have the fuel to get your tier 2 building up.
It's not really good, but some of the rifles left over to the left-hand side to start capping there, and that annoying rifle in the cutoff building is finally flushed out. So he's going to be able to at least connect these 2 munitions points, but it's already lost the high fuel, and that's also being capped now by Spanky's rifle. That's a mint rifle, which means he's taken no damage. So it's going to be able to stall for a while against two Volks, but he needs more backup than that, and everything is on the left-hand side for Spanky. He went right, and now he's on the left. There's nothing over here anymore for Spanky.
Nope. He is going to...
It's going to be the 5th rifle building now, yeah.
That left-hand side cap is always a little bit tricky, because you can't connect your fuel without capping the plus 16 munitions there in the corner as well. And the plus 16 munitions takes a very long time to cap. Oh no, he's gotten this other strategic point, so he does get it.
He's got the strategic point, yeah.
Yeah, he does get it.
He was connected through the map there.
So at least for the next few seconds, until Sandland can decap that plus 16 on the right, Spanky is going to really, really outmatch Sandland.
Has he ticked tier 2 yet? Sandland?
No evidence of taking tier 2 yet. He's still in tier 1. He's got to get more tier 1 units out. He's still on 2 Volks and just produced himself an MG. Now rebuilt the bike.
Of course.
He's rebuilt the bike, yeah, which is a questionable decision at this point.
You know, pushing, etc. You know, protecting your MG, whatever. But he's only seen 1 engineer. He has to kinda notice that there's just 1 engineer. Is Spanky going 5 rifles? I do this sometimes because we've seen Sandland do it himself on this very map on Angoville. So he must be suspecting it. And against 5 rifles, I think bike pushing is just not that prominent anymore, because he's just gonna get focus fired by 5 rifles and go down in 2 seconds, and then that bike is dead again. Just a waste of manpower.
Well, finally Sandland has secured himself on the right. Bars, yeah, I think bars are a pretty good decision here, because there's no danger at tier 3 at all. Going for the M8, probably now that Sandland's got back and secured himself on this right side, M8 probably would have been a bit of a risk that might not have paid off here. But M8s are just so damn good on Angoville. That I tend to go for them.
Right and left.
I tend to go for them, very, very often here anyway. Well, I did when I still played it regularly.
We have Pio in the cutoff building. Here comes the bar pop. Luckily for Sandland, that MG got some suppression off on one of the rifles.
Volkswagen gets focused down on retreat, and he loses it. He's probably going to lose that Pioneer in the building.
He's going to get some holes in it.
Pioneer a Flamer as well. Yeah, Flamer caught an MG42 out of position. Forced that to retreat.
Second MG, so he went Volt, bike, Volt, MG, bike, MG. This is strange. Very strange.
Well, I think it partially messed things up, because he cancelled his Wehrmacht quarters by accident, so he ended up going for a really weird order.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the 3 Pio opening and losing the first bike as well. But yeah, 5 rifles are up. No supply yard. He's got enough fuel to put it up, but he can't build tier 3 or tier 4 after that. So he might just be stalling right now. He's got the whole left-hand side locked down, and there's not even anything protecting it, because Sandland's just busy with keeping stuff off his cutoff.
Spanky actually needs to retreat that Flamer if he wants to keep it alive.
Oh yeah, he needs to go around the building because of the tank traps that are cutting off that retreat path. He's going to get in the building, but I'm not exactly sure what that's going to do.
It's not going to do much.
Instant retreated him, probably.
Yeah, he needs to...
Okay. He's getting out the other door, that's okay.
Oh yeah, cut it a little bit close. So now we have a bunker coming up from Sandland. No, not a bad decision.
Infantry chosen for Spanky. He's planting mines with his rifles, or he was attempting to plant some mines, but they never got up before the bike saw him. He should probably cancel those mines. Unless he just wants to build them, because right now it's just not doing anything with them. He's just gonna leave them there for now. Oh, he's gonna finish them. No. Dancing around an unfinished mine over and over again.
So this is a bit of a... This is a tricky situation now, I think, for Spanky, because he's going to be stuck with those bars for a little while. I would probably, in this position, go for a triage, because he knows he's not going to be facing any vehicles for a while. Probably going to be seeing some heavy infantry bet from Sandland.
Most likely. He's building quite a lot of sandbags here to try and make some stand and basically confine the Wehrmacht player Sandland to this small part of the right-hand side, while he's harassing points on the far right-hand side. He's going to be able to decap that munitions point. So it's a little bit less income for Sandland. It's going to be a little bit better for Spanky, but I think he's losing quite a lot of rifles, quite unnecessarily too. It's pretty pricey to reinforce. He lost the whole rifle on retreat.
Problem is he's continuing to make flanks, even though we're now sort of coming up to the 9-minute mark. And really at this point, the whole Wehrmacht Tier 1 is out, plus mine support, plus the full 2 MGs and 2 Volks. So continuing to flank just isn't going to do him very much. He might get lucky, might kill a couple of guys, might be able to decrew an MG, but it's not going to be worth it for the amount that he's losing for it. What he needs to do at this point is to just hold back, wait, camp the left-hand side with mines, and wait for his WSC or his M8. Instead, what you see here, he's lost all his rifles, and now, well, he's not lost all his rifles, but he's losing a lot of rifles, losing a lot of manpower. He's lost that full squad, and now Sandland's moving over to his cutoff. This is when the chokehold really comes into effect.
We do have Tier 3 up in Spanky's base. He's just building it right now, and he's gonna have enough fuel. He's got a 10 fuel income, even though he's cut off. If he just reconnects that, which should be fairly okay, he might be able to get it before the MG sets up. The MG is already around the hedge and he's setting up right now. If he gets maybe lucky, he doesn't get suppressed, but he does get suppressed before he gets in the green cover. He could have focus fire because the MG is quite hurt down to 3 men, or he's still a 3 man but very hurt, and one nice critical could have killed the gunner on the MG and maybe bought him enough time. But he's basically just camping out in his base, reinforcing his rifles, because he's been taking so many casualties in every engagement, trying to do attempt on these flanks, but there's just way too much guarding the MGs in the building, you know, overlapping MG crossfire and double volts and plus bike pushing. It's just not going to work.
Yeah, it's a common pitfall of US play to continue to flank, because it is a lot of fun flanking, and you know, you can see why people do it. But when you continue to flank, even when the full Tier 1 is out in full force, it's never going to work out too well for you. Unless you have that additional element to your army, i.e. a sniper, mortar, an M8 or a tank.
Yeah, the M8 is gonna be out in a little while, but he still needs more fuel. He hasn't reconnected the high fuel on the left-hand side, and he's actually fighting on 2 fronts soon. He's got 3 units, the Flamer Engineer and 2 rifles on the left and 2 rifles on the right-hand side, as he lost his 5th rifle. So, but he does have his triage right now, but he's still taking quite a lot of casualties. We do have an off map on the MG, and Sandland sees it, but it blows up anyway. Still recruitable, however, and he's got both of his Volks. 4 or 5 men, so he could recruit it if it stays alive. Very low gun health on that MG now. Last shell might take it out. No, it's gonna be lucky scatter.
To find another day. Pack is now out from Sandland, so that's gonna help him to keep a hold of his right-hand side. But it's still worth getting the M8 on this map, even when you know your opponent has a pack, because on Angoville the hedges split the map up so much that you can just use it to keep control of one side while harassing the other.
You can even go both sides. It's so fast. Good fast response vehicle. So if Sandland goes to the left-hand side and starts capping, you know, the fuel outside of his space, just the +5 or the +10 munition or something, you can just run your M8 down there and harass, like, you know, if Sandland sends his sweeper pyro or something, it's just going to be forced to instantly retreat and, you know, stop the decapping of that stuff down there. And then you can just go back onto the right-hand side and hide behind hedges, and it'd be extremely annoying.
Yeah, dealing with M8s on this map is very tricky for Wehrmacht. You're either forced to get multiple packs, or get very lucky with the mines, or just deal with a very annoying M8.
Yeah. We did have the M8 just pop out, and he did have over 100 munitions in the bank, even after using that off-map before on that MG. So both the skirts and the top gunner is going to be upgraded very soon on that M8. And it's going to move over to the right-hand side, but the pack is in position, and there are mines protecting the high fuel, and that... Spanky still hasn't cancelled his mines behind the pack. I'm not sure why. He must have forgotten about it.
Base rush here. We got a rifle in the base. Not sure what he was hunting for. I guess he was looking for a recently retreated unit or something like that. But
scouts, maybe?
Maybe just a base scout, yep.
Well, he sees Tier 1, Tier 2. I think he might be able to see the camp crop center. Yeah, he saw it under construction. So he knows there's gonna be veterancy coming out soon as well. Nice MG kill here.
I don't know, because you got to look at the situation here. There's Volks nearby. When you stay in an engagement just to get the decrew on an MG, it's totally not worth it. Look at the amount of manpower he lost, and all all Sandland has to do is go and recrew that with 3 Volks. All he
I
lost
thought
there
it was going to go in.
is 3 Volks.
I thought it was going to go in with his rifles and his flamers on the left-hand side that were sitting in the buildings in the center after decrewing the MG, which was basically covering it. So then he could have gone in for like the pack destroy maybe, and then going with the M8 as well, or just try and stay away from the pack because he knows he's there.
First level of infantry vet as hit for Sandland, so it's going to be a bit of passive health regen for him. He's also gone defensive just recently, as seen by the base MGs there, the base buildings, popping up those MGs on the roof.
Is that a thing? Do you think he actually went for that just to get rid of the base rushing rifles?
Might have been.
Just like, you know, defensive is pretty solid. I could make use of some of the abilities here. I got a medic bunker up, so that's pretty good. It's not going to be able to get off map or destroy that easily. And these rifles in my base really annoying, so I'm going to get the base MGs.
So now is a tricky situation for Spanky because, well, it looks like Sandland, he's just going to be camping out pretty hardcore on the right-hand side, which is a viable strategy for Angoville. You know, you've got both VPs over here. If you just, you know, if you set up a really, really strong defensive line, eventually the US has to attack into you. But he's seen infantry as well, so that on-map howitzer can't be a million miles away.
No, he might just be very close to it right now. I'm not exactly sure. He's got 2 CPs in the back. He still has the off map, so he could go for it, or if he wants to go for Rangers. But why he would do such a thing, I have no idea. We got a quad upgrading on that M3 half-track out from Spanky now. So after building the M8, he built himself a half-track. Interesting. Nice long range, nice suppression on it. Pretty good against killing all these unupgraded veterans, unupgraded infantry squads as well.
Ooh,
they got no Shreks.
Hit a mine though.
Oh.
Hit a mine, but no damage engine. Sandland's had a couple of mines over there on the left-hand side.
Yeah, I didn't actually see him place those mines. Where did he place them?
When he moved over to stick his MG on the cutoff.
Here comes the base harassment, and that pack is way over on the middle, on the right-hand side, so he's not going to be able to respond to this base harassing M8. I think he's doing what he can do with his M8 right now, which is base harassment, because he can't really go on the right-hand side. There's too much of a risk with the pack, the mines everywhere, and, you know, fouls from the Volks. So do what you can and just be extremely annoying. You see, Sandland's already responding to this by setting his pack down again, and the M8 could most likely just leave as soon as he sees it. Off map on the tier 2 building, I think?
There is definitely an off map. Yeah, that's on the tier 2 building.
You might be able to take it out in the 6 shots. There's 3. Should be able.
You normally do, unless you get very unlucky. Normally that only happens if you don't. The
building is very large.
Sight.
It usually gets hit by at least 5 shells, which requires to get this destroyed, I think.
Yep. Spanky's gotta be careful now, because that cheeky mine there, the other one, hasn't been detonated yet. But if he ran that half-health M8 over it, or just under half-health, he might kill it.
Yeah, he still has his initial engineers, but they were upgraded with flamethrowers before, so he has no sweepers. He has no second engineer. And it doesn't seem like he has an intention of building one either.
It's a risky strategy, not to get yourself a second engineer, especially when you've got 2 vehicles.
Ooh, where's that pack? It's already back after seeing the M8 leave after tier 2 building going down in the Wehrmacht space. Here's Vet 2 for infantry from Sandland. At the same time, we have supply yard upgrade almost finished in Spanky space.
But the Fatherland popped. Pack opens up on the half track. Very low health. One more hit's going to see it go down, but it misses.
Wow.
Very close.
Where's the MG? Oh, it's
MG
down there.
Nowhere to be seen. Spanky does decrew the pack, but again, I'm just not quite sure about the logistics of that. You know, that's effectively 3 Volks killed for an awful lot of rifles.
Well, if he had the M8 ready and the M3 wasn't damaged, he could have rushed in afterwards. But without doing that afterwards, it's kind of pointless. It's just going to get recruited by these Volks over and over again.
Pretty much.
He doesn't even have to go back to his base to reinforce. He only has to go back to the medic bunker. It's not far from the base, but still. It's a bit less time to travel for
another base rush coming in, which is definitely a questionable decision given that we've seen
base MGs.
Base MGs. I think he just remembered.
Better of it.
Yeah, I think. Yep, that's unfortunate.
Gonna pass on that opportunity, but I guess instead of trying to break the massive stronghold of the Wehrmacht forces on the right-hand side of the map, he's trying to do something at least.
Oh, those
but
flamers hit the mine, finally.
Didn't even lose a single man, and he has the triage in his base for, yeah, he built it just before tier 3. So he can just go back and heal
Weapon
up.
support center is now up from Spanky. Not a bad idea, although he's got to be wary now because tier 3 has just started being built. The Stern Armory is coming up for Sandland.
Ooh. He's got no AT guns. He has the M8 to keep a potential Puma at least, you know, out of the way for a bit, but it's not going to be a good killing tool to get rid of it permanently. So he's going to have to do something else. But he was floating a bit of manpower actually, so he has decided to get himself a howitzer in the base.
Howitzer is a good choice. Howitzer is a good choice. Even against tier 3, it's still a good choice. Because as long as he has stickies, he can keep a Stug out of his base. And that's really going to help to break down the right.
So many units for Sandland as well. They're everywhere.
He does have a very large army at this point.
Spanky's army is pretty good. He still has 4 rifles out of the 5 that he built. He did actually get himself a second engineer, most likely to basically build a howitzer and repair stuff like that.
Artillery's landing in the vague area where the pack and the MG are.
What was it bombarding?
I don't know, it was sort of hitting around where an MG and a pack were set up a few minutes ago, but all landing well shy of the mark.
Yeah, there's just nothing there.
First Stug is on the way.
Oh, a Stug. Interesting. Well, against the M8 and the M3 as well.
And
he hasn't seen an AT guns, so this dude's gonna be strong, I think.
This is a painful engagement up here in the north. A couple of Vet 2 Grens and Volks here, facing down and ripping these rifles to shreds, killing a whole squad there. The other rifle does get Vet 1, but that's a high price to pay to be dropping a bar and losing a whole squad there. That's 2 rifles that have gone down in the recent minutes.
Yeah, not that good. He did manage to kind of win the early game by polishing off the first bike and also one of the Volks now, but now he's starting to lose out. He's lost two whole rifle squads already out of his 5 that he built initially. He's gonna lose this engineer as well, and Spanky is all of a sudden dying a very slow, painful death.
With the Stug now out and a Shrek recently upgraded, there's a lot of AT packing from Sandland now. Those vehicles have got to watch out. Stug he's actually going to come up to the right. I thought he was going to try and break out into the left, but instead he's going to the right. And Sandland has enough to start building himself another Stug if he so chooses.
It doesn't seem very interesting on just harassing at least the points just outside of his base on the left-hand side. They're easily accessible for him because they're so close to his base. So he could have gone there with his sweeper pile, for example, looking for mines and capping at the same time with the backup of the Stug to keep the harassing M8 and M3 away.
And now Sandland's really all up in Spanky's face here.
I think he was shooting at where the MG was before, but left a long time ago.
Stug is going in for squish, forces a couple of the rifles to retreat there.
Grenades taking and stickies taking at the same time in the barracks from Spanky. Oh!
Where is it? 57 there.
That's good.
He
really needs that against tier 3 now.
He's gonna get grenades. Stickies?
Nah, I don't know. Grenades is first. Grenades just finished, and now stickies has started taking as well. Pack moved up a little bit closer. We do have most of the American army leaving its base now, but there are MGs in the strong building. The howitzer is still on cooldown as far as I know, as he just fired it. I'm not sure. Stickies barracks is down to 50% health, a little bit less, and the stickies are barely 50% done. He might be able to finish the tech if he can stall this pack.
He's really trying to DQ that pack. He's trying so hard.
But he's dropping
more artillery here could be nasty. Decrews the pack in 1 shell.
Oh, nice. He was just stalling.
He might even lose the gun here because he's fired it from very close range and with sight
on it.
It should be accurate, yeah.
Not. But we do have a Shrek on that Gren. No, where's the Shrek? It's on the other Gren. Where'd he go? He's in the building.
Whoa, those Volks caught out in negative cover against bars and the quad.
The Shrek Gren is in the building, so he can't get close to that barracks. He might be able to pick up his drop bar at least. Oh, the MG is
trying to get to it. He just can't reach it.
But he got his sticky
there
take.
in no man's land.
It went up and destroyed the
Whoa,
barracks.
88 up, pointing into the base. This could be nasty now. This could be very nasty. He is well within range of that 105 howitzer.
No, he's not gonna get the 57. It hides behind that support center. rifles trying to
Oh,
break.
look at that! He's shooting the 105.
Oh,
One more hit, and the 105 is gonna go down. That's a big investment to lose here. One more hit, and it's gonna explode. There it goes. What a huge loss to take so soon after it's come up. Now Sandland is definitely pushing this game here.
What the hell? The bike just got sniped by the 57 that's getting repaired, and we do have an off map on the Volts and the Stug,
that was smacked of desperation.
Yeah, of course.
He could have saved that for the 88.
Yeah, he has no munitions. He's got a pretty healthy income by having the whole left-hand side of the map, but I imagine that Sandland basically has the same income.
Oh, this could be nice. This could be nice.
Now,
if he can get behind the building. Whoa, that quad one hit. Wow.
Was that the 88? What fired at it?
That was the 88. Yeah, it was the 88. One hit on the quad. The quad is so low health.
Yeah.
Well, the pack is decrewed now, which means it's just that 188. That's the only real AT.
Yeah, and the Shriekman was
retreated. Yeah.
So he's got no AT apart from the Stug. The Stug could go after him quite easily though. This M8 is just not getting the work done fast enough. He needs to get that MG out of the build.
And there's a Stoke here now as well, so he's going to be forced to move. There's this very slim angle where it can't be shot by either the 88 or the Stug, but I don't think he fancies it.
Nah, he's not going to be able to get that MG out of the building either.
Gotta try and get out of there.
Oh, Puma on the road.
Puma, but it's not upgrading to anything special, so he should be okay.
Spanky lost a lot in that engagement, however. His weapon support center, his racks, it was fully upgraded. He has the bars, the grenades, and the stickies. He can't rebuild his lost rifles, however, as he's down to 3 now, which is a bad thing. But apart from that, at least he got all the upgrades out before it got destroyed.
His base just looks like it did 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, minus the racks. Oh wow, this is painful to watch. These rifles are just.
Here comes the grenade on the MG in the building, however.
Nicely dodged. Whoa, he still took a bit of damage. The door blew off in his face.
Yeah, it must have landed close to the wall where the MG exited through the door.
I want to see those Pioneers salvage that quad wreckage there. Get a bit of munitions. That's one thing Sandland's lacking a little bit. Nope. I think he's going off to repair the Puma. But yeah, he's been using a lot of munitions lately.
For the Fatherland, weapon upgrades,
and stuff like that. Yeah. And actually, what he's using now, I think, Vet 2 for Volks in 2.602, it was changed that they actually got a line of sight buff.
What?
Vet 2 Volks have slightly more line of sight.
The 80. Oh, he cancelled it. Okay, I thought it was destroyed by the 88 again, but Spanky's trying to set up his 105 in the base again. This time, as far away as possible from that 88, but still in firing range.
I don't know if that's even out of range there. I mean, it's going to be...
It is. It is.
Well, you got to look where the old 105 was. It wasn't that far away. Less than a whole screen length.
Yeah, but it's far away. It's enough, I think. I'm pretty sure it's enough. I think the 88 might be able to reach maybe the supply R, but I don't think it can reach the tier 3 or that howitzer. But here comes the base assault now. All of the base MGs are destroyed. There's just one remaining.
That 88 took a hit right on the nose.
Oh wow. Wow, another one. Might actually get permanently destroyed. Not exactly sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because if Spanky stole it, that would probably be better. That'll take care of all these Pumas.
There's no way he's going to be able to steal it. I think better for him is to destroy it at this point, but I don't know. This base rush seems a little bit miscalculated. One of the stickies actually bounced. He got lucky there, but the second one wasn't so lucky. The M8 takes it out, and now Sandland's actually in a pretty bad position here. His Grens are forced to retreat. 57's now firing away at this Puma and Stug here.
Yeah, the 88 is decrewed, so he can't snipe the 57 in the base anymore. So this 57 is doing some real work for Spanky now. He needs to get rid of that 57, and he would have been good. But yeah, losing that Puma, even though he got lucky by the sticky non-critting, it still died anyway.
That MG is sort of setting up just on the road, basically. Pointing into the base. Wow, 57 sniped a Volk. That's unfortunate.
Look at Spanky's base, however. How is he going to break out of this? I don't know. The 88 actually survived the gun itself. The crew got killed by the first shot, but the gun managed to survive. So
the gun did survive, yeah. He's going to need to repair it, though. He's in a pretty bad shape.
But he's got the Pios up here, so yeah.
I think what Spanky needs now, he needs to rebuild his weapon support center, because his you know, as far as getting rid of MGs goes, his strategy of just charging in and trying to throw grenades, it's not working out too well.
No, it does not. Did the Pio die? No, the Pio actually left when he heard a 105 firing.
Yeah, this 88 might see the end of his days.
Now he might get destroyed, yeah. Because the gun health was pretty low. He did have enough time
hit,
to
we'll
repair
see
it
it
a
go
little
down.
bit.
It's just a question of will he get accurate enough to actually take it down.
Seems like it's moving in with his...
Oh, he does! He does! 88 goes down. 88 goes down.
Well, that's something, I guess. We have a grenade on one of the MGs, but 2 men might die. The third guy is gonna live, however, and as there's a second MG in the building, that managed to pin the remaining rifles, so his MG gets out of there without getting permanently destroyed by those 3 rifles.
Yeah, there really isn't all that much in the way of AT now from
Pack's gone.
Sandland. Yeah, the Pack's gone, the 88's gone. So the really hard AT is all gone. He's left with a Stug, which is sort of semi-hard, and a Shrek.
Well, you know, an M8 can go in for a circle strafe on a Stug and you will eventually kill it, but when there's Shreks around, you can't actually commit to an attack like that. You know, circle strafing a tank for that long, or an assault gun for that long, it's just not going to work. But M8 is a pretty okay unit right now. It's fairly annoying for Sandland to deal with. He's got the Shrek, but they can't actually pursue him. And we do have the first use of off-map combat group. He got a 30 cal, a rifle, which is okay, considering he needs to replace them, but they're not really good against Vet 2.
Actually, 2 AT guns, not bad actually, as a call-in, because there's a bunch of bunkers he can use him to destroy, and there's this Stug.
There's 3 Pumas right now. That's a problem, however, because these 2 AT guns can get flanked and destroyed by these 3 Pumas.
Well, that brings him to a total of 3 AT guns, doesn't it?
Yeah.
3 AT guns not going to get flanked by Pumas if he places them correctly.
1 AT gun is basically pretty passive in the base, just guarding right now. He doesn't dare leave the base because he wants to protect his 105.
Yeah, understandable.
Well, considering
these for the Frontline Grens while reinforcing out of that bunker are just so tough. He's going to lose the bunker now,
to do it because the bunker's going to die. There's a very late grenade. I'm not exactly sure what that was aimed at.
Whoa, huge artillery strike there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some 6 guys went down there to 1 shell.
You got the line of sight from the right.
I think that might have been a whole Gren actually went down there.
It looks like it.
I think it was, yeah, because Sandland, he had 2 Grens and now he's down to 1.
He's got 1. Yeah, I can only see 1. Off-map combat group, something that Sandland wasn't actually waiting for. He knew it was infantry, but I guess he thought that he drained the manpower enough with the base attacks he did before. The Stug is getting pretty lucky on the frontal deflections from the 57s firing away at it. 1 lucky penetration there would have most likely critted it, maybe a damage engine or a main gun destruction at least. Oh, 57's trying to set up? No, Stug's gonna get out of the way.
Oh, it doesn't even matter that Sandland lost his Gren because he just got a free one.
Oh, medic bunker. Was that the first one?
No, I think that is the first one he's gotten so far.
Or the second one, maybe?
I think it's just
well,
the first.
Spanky needs this VP now. He's down to 185 because Sandland has been in possession of both of the VPs on the right-hand side with that very strong hold on the right-hand side of the map with his Wehrmacht. So, yeah, Spanky needs to really focus on these VPs now. Maybe we go for a triple cap. But Sandland is moving out on the left-hand side as well.
Yeah, he's totally switching sides now, and he's going to run straight into
Any
a
mines,
mine.
though.
Yep,
2
mines.
But the Grandstand Vet 2 only lose 1 man each. No, not even a man on the second squad without the Shrek. He lost 1 guy for 2 mines. That's okay.
Well, it's going to make Sandland approach it a little bit more passively, which is always something. And it takes
he had a sweeper before. Is he still alive somewhere?
No. Sweeper died.
Okay. Here comes this M8 now trying to stop the decap of the VP, but there's an upgun Puma and a Shrek on that grenade. This M8 needs to get out of the way.
Sandland, he's busy microwing somewhere else, I think.
Artillery hitting on the Gren's cap.
Whoa! Takes 1 Gren down to just a single man there. But Sandland losing some of the territory here on the right-hand side. Engineers are capping the +16 up there in the corner, and meanwhile we've got more squads moving up on the left.
Yeah, he moved all of his forces over to the left bit. He's got the MGs protecting, but that's basically it. He's got no protection for the high fuel or the munitions on the right-hand side of the map.
I heard another mine go off there.
Oh.
Another one went off. Oh, yep. Whoa, that Grenadier, again, in pretty bad shape. Both those Grenadiers took a lot of heat there.
Newly produced engineer from Spanky. He must have lost his Flamer engineer went down way before, and he lost another one in one of the engagements. So he's back to 2 engineers now. He's got his 4 rifles after getting 1 from the off-map combat group colony. He still has the 3 AT guns. He has the M8, very badly damaged, however, but I think that was one of the reasons for getting the 2nd engineer to be able to repair quicker. Do you see he mined his entrance at the on the left-hand side of his base? 3 mines there now.
Yes.
He doesn't want something to rush his 105.
No, well, he's been bitten once.
Yeah, with an 88 firing away at his base. He doesn't want that to happen again. Sniper now out from Sandland. Interesting.
Yeah, I guess it's to decrew all that. Whoa, that Pioneer, well,
disintegrated a bit.
Disintegrated, yeah. There is no more Pioneer to speak of. And this Stug is pretty soon going to be dead as well.
Oh, destroyed engine. Very nice. This AT gun's now moving up on him, and all of the support is trying to get over here, but the AT gun just needs to set up and get 1 penetrating hit, which he doesn't.
Oh, he bounces. Is he going to get it this time?
Another one.
No.
Oh, come on!
That
wow.
Stug frontal armor is quite something.
He's bounced quite a lot of shells. He's got to get around the hedge.
Another
and
one.
Shot, and here
Is he
comes
going to
the
use
Pumas.
AP rounds just out of frustration? Oh no! 4 bounces in a row.
That is retarded. That's
oh, and he missed.
then
He
he
hit
takes
the
a shot at the
Puma
Puma.
instead.
I wonder if that was a scatter shot.
Yeah,
or
I was wondering that too,
the
actually.
Puma. I think he had line of sight of the Puma with the flanking rifle, so...
I was just surprised he had the range on it.
I think it was absolute maximum range, most likely.
God, that's gotta be frustrating, man, not being able to kill
Off-map
that
use, and the sniper goes down.
Oh no!
That artillery barrage. Sandland must have actually not noticed that.
Oh wow, his Devil Puma is rushing the 57 here, decrewing one of them, but there are overlapping AT guns. 1 shell misses.
M8 is going in for the Puma now, or the Stug actually, but it's actually focus firing on the upgun Puma, which got his main gun destroyed. He's trying to get
Stug
around.
goes down.
Takes it out. He might be able to take this upgun Puma as well. That most likely will get him actually vet 3 if he does, I think. Oh, come on!
Whoa, he dodges that Shrek. 1 Faust.
On,
1 Faust.
No, it's not going to be enough.
He reached for it, but he didn't manage to pull it out.
The reload on the main gun of the M8 was too long after taking a shot on the Shrek up grin, so he managed to get his Puma away. That was good, but the Stug did go down to the M8, so it shouldn't be too far away now from vet 3 actually. He should have got a nice amount of XP from killing that Stug with the M8. Another off-map combat used from Spanky. We do have a 30 cal mortar, another rifle, and another AT gun. Not a single vehicle in both of his off-map combat groups. Not a single one.
I bet he would have killed for a double M10 calling.
That would have been unstoppable right now. What is there? There's 1 Shrek and an upgun Puma that's almost destroyed. That's it.
That's it.
Nothing else.
That is it.
Off-map used on the cutoff house. It's not getting any lucky hits, to be honest. No, nothing. Wonder if the on-map is firing on. Is that by
Whoa,
the...
no Geneva Convention for you. Medic gets taken out by a mortar. More on-map fire now as well. I think Sandland is feeling the pinch. Double artillery is really tough to deal with, especially when the OMCG gets rolling.
It's got so many AT guns right now.
Oh, and the mortar kills the MG.
Oh, finally.
So that leaves Sandland without a single MG, actually. Now it's just bars against Grens, which means the Spanky, he can just blob up his rifles and push really hard. Whoa, look at that Vet 2 M8, it ran across the mine.
It's gonna be
classic
lights out.
mine location.
That's finally gonna be lights out for that harassing M8. Very, very good use of it, however. Vet 2, 950 kills, light vehicle, and that's Stug.
He had a good run, and he definitely made his money back, but it was sad to see it go down.
Good worth. 2 engineers against some Vet 2 Grens. Not gonna work.
That's just not a fair fight.
Tiny grease gun's not gonna do anything. Did the Grens retreat out before trying to focus fire down the engineer and retreat? I'm not exactly sure about that. They could have stood their ground for a little while longer with Vet 2 quite easily. A new sniper out from Sandland now, just trolling around on the right hand side, taking shots at all of these support weapons.
My favorite thing about engineered grease guns was that they could you could beat a P-Grand squad with them. If you got into close range with a P-Grand squad, that was great.
Yeah, the grease guns did increase damage to them or something like that.
Yeah, it's a soldier armor or something. It was
soldier armor. Yeah. I think it was basically to balance the early game between US and PE.
Yeah.
Engineers would just always get beaten out before. This 30 cal managed to suppress Vet 2 Grens quite fast. I was very surprised because generally it does nothing.
Vet 2 doesn't give any suppression buffs to Grens.
Oh, it's Vet 3, isn't it?
Yeah, well no, Vet 3 is just increased health.
Yeah, exactly. But they just don't get suppressed because the 30 cal suppression values.
Well, Grenadiers in general are just a pretty resistant to it. Well,
yeah,
wow, look at this flank! Look at this flank! 3 rifles coming in from the rear. This sniper, he knows where it is. He knows roughly where it is at least. He doesn't. Does he have the unit snipe icon?
Nope.
Whoa, but he kills it. Kills anyway. He didn't even have to focus fire it down. The bars did it for him. And now he's going to focus down these pioneers, I think.
The retreating Vet 2 Gren might go down on retreat for the Fatherland pop to save them on retreat. And
wow, he got lucky there. He got incredibly lucky there to get out. And now this Puma is being chased back to where he came from. But there's Pumas everywhere. It's just Pumas everywhere. Turns one of the AT guns.
Oh, and that
he gets
damage
shot off.
Upgun one should be able to take it out right now.
Oh, no, and he gets decrewed.
And gets decrewed. Sniped by the upgun.
Unfortunate, but the other one gets immobilized, so he's going to lose 2 Pumas, but Spanky's retreated everything. Nope,
yeah,
but he's still got 1 AT gun, and he's got another sniper here, Sandland. He is really pumping out these snipers, despite the fact that none of them have lived to see more than 3 kills.
Yeah, gotta be against the off-map combat troop AT guns. He feels the sniper is the best counter.
Oh, more artillery. I bet it's gonna land smack on that sniper's head.
Oh wow.
No, a little bit to the side. A little bit to the side.
Heading over to the VP, maybe the.
Oh! Whoa! Big hit, big hit. Wow, what the hell is this scatter? This is landing everywhere.
Yeah, the spread is massive. I'm not exactly sure what he's aiming for.
What the fuck?
He could have been aiming for the sniper. Who knows?
He could have been aiming anywhere. That scatter was nuts.
He built this 105 so close to the map.
Oh,
edge.
he took out the Puma.
They immobilized one. Maybe that was his target.
Maybe. It was hard to tell because the first shell landed at the VP.
Yeah, and then one landed way.
Yeah, one landed way to the right, and then
what
I don't know what's going on there.
We do have Tier 4 up tank depot with a first M10 on the field, so he doesn't have M18s, he got M10 clicked. So he's got the upgun Puma away. He's got the Shrek back on the field, however.
So he does have an AT gun.
Oh, he's gonna run into his own off map, trying to get this MG away. Oh, that sniper was lucky.
Oh, wow!
Not so lucky.
Chiplets everywhere, and the MG goes down as well to that off map.
Flanked by 2 rifles as well, and the M10 is gonna start trolling around, but there was a recruit 57 taking it out combined with the Shrek Gren.
Well, this looks painful. These rifles taking a lot of damage.
Well, he managed to do quite a lot of damage in that assault, I have to say.
Yeah, he definitely came out on top there.
Sniper.
Doing some pretty nuts damage. Well, a sniper and the... Well, oh my god! Full Gren goes down, dropping the Shrek. Oh boy, this artillery is really paying for itself now. How many kills has it got? It's got 33 infantry, 1 vehicle, and 1 tank.
1 vehicle, 1 tank. I think the tank is an AT gun though, the pack that he can destroy.
Yes, I think so as well. But still, that is nuts. Vet 3 howitzer right there. It is.
He wants to get it with his IOs, I think.
I guess. Well, he wants to just deny it because he has nothing else to cover it. He just has a single Puma, and he's got no prop war or anything to get rid of rifles. So there isn't really a worse platform though than half health unvetted Pyos for a Shrek. Even Volks would have been better.
Anything would be better than that. No veterancy either.
Yeah, no vet. It's not even going to get more than half health.
Yeah, exactly.
Without any MGs now, Sandland's in a pretty tough spot. I think he needs Vet 3 infantry personally if he's going to, unless he, I don't know. I think Vet 3 infantry would do him well, or Vet 3 Pumas, one of the two. But he needs more anti-infantry. Yeah,
he's got 2 Grens now, Vet 2. They should be able to.
Oh, mine goes off.
None of the barred rifles are that highly vetted.
They're not that highly vetted, but I think with bars, nades, and stickies, I think, and no more MGs, I think they're going to start to vet up now. So I think Sandland, if he wants to get ahead of the game and stop them getting any veterancy, getting some more vet of his own would be a good way to go about it.
Yeah, he really needs to dodge the rifleman grenades, especially on his grenadiers. He doesn't want to give that sweet vet away for free, just eating a nade face on. It's not going to work.
He's actually opted to go for another Puma, bringing him up to 3, but I don't think that's a good choice because he's facing a lot of AT guns. Microing lots of Pumas against lots of AT guns is really tricky. I'd rather have just fewer Pumas that do more damage when you're facing this many AT guns.
But there's just 2 remaining, really. One AT gun was stolen. One was destroyed, I think.
Well, oh no, Sandland's walking right into an off-map. Oh. That was nicely placed.
One map was firing on the high fuel as well at the same time. Did that actually... I'm not so sure what he was targeting. I didn't see what was capping here. He is harassing the VP on the left-hand side because Spanky's down to 139 and Sandland's still sitting fairly comfortable at 391.
Yes, so
Not too
he
bad.
has
He has
time. Yes, he has time on his side.
But his army is kind of demolished right now, I think. Apart from
well, it's still the thing is it's still quite big. It's just he's been pushed off a little bit. These OMCGs are really beginning to take their toll.
Douchebag Puma comes in and destroys the green cover for the rifle.
The first proper bit of veterancy there. First bit of rifle vet 2.
He's been stuck at vet 1 for all of his rifles for quite a long time. He's lost plenty of rifles as well, and he's gotten new ones from OMCGs, which hit, you know, mid-game or so.
Sandland's down to no territory. He can't reinforce. He's pop capped.
Oh, yeah. Oh, pop cap.
36 out of 30.
What is he gonna do now? Well, he can still spend his resources on veterancy, I guess. So that's something. So maybe he will see vet 3 infantry now, or higher vet Pumas.
Maybe. Whoa! Engineer goes down. We saw some of those beautiful crits there, and the Pioneer dropped the Shrek, died, but picked it up with the Grenadiers. So actually, it worked out okay.
On the left-hand side, we'd have the on-map firing on the VP, forcing off the capping Volks, and an M10 shows up to force off the 2 Pumas. And we...
Oh!
And goodbye.
Disintegrated, and they didn't even drop the Shrek. I don't know whether that's better or worse.
Well, the rifles are right there, so I think it's better. I think the rifles have been closer than the Volks, and the M10 could have just gone in for the crush, or at least, you know, stop the Volks from getting the Shrek before the rifles would have got on it. So I think that for better, not dropping it for the rifles.
You know, Sandland, he's got a free Gren, but he can't get it because he's pop capped.
Oh yeah, I see the medic bunker is full.
Yeah, it's full, but he can't get it. He needs to get his cutoff back. This is really bad now.
Well, his Pumas are trying to help. There are AT guns, however. They can move up a bit closer and get around the hedges, the remains of the hedges. Or, well, the right-hand side hedges are pretty intact, but the other ones have been bombarded by artillery the whole game.
More artillery. This time it's on the medic bunker.
Well, that's not going to destroy it, because
it's not going to destroy it, no. But he's also using the mortar against it.
Yeah, that
mortar plus Howie. That might take it out. But now the flanking Puma, nice. It's very low health, so it's a bit of a precarious position, but it managed to get up behind the 57. Overlapping
shell,
AT guns. Overlapping AT guns.
Just
one more shell.
Shell, but the free Gren was churned out at least, so he.
And now vet 3.
Before it got down.
Now he's got vet 3 infantry.
Okay. Medic bunker still alive. Mortar just needs one more shell. It's not barraging. It's getting flanked by infantry as well. There we go. The AT gun is toast. Vet 3 infantry now laying in the hurt on this mortar and manages to actually destroy it while packing up. And that bunker is gonna live. All it needs is another artillery barrage, however, and then it's toast.
Yeah, one artillery barrage would take it out.
Oh, Puma on the far right-hand side taken out by an AT gun crewed by engineers, actually.
Oh, wow.
Against vet 1.
This is looking very, very dicey now for Sandland. He's stuck on very little territory. His army is very small now. He's down to just 2 Grens, 2 Volks, 1 Puma, and a pack in terms of fighting units, and they're all damaged in certain ways.
That's not horrible, though, because apart from his rifles, he has 5 rifles now, Spanky, and he's getting some veterancy on them as well. He's only got an M10 and 1 AT gun remaining. He lost his mortar, he lost one of his AT guns to the infantry. And, you know, he's lost all of his engineers during these battles. So, Spanky's army is not massive either, really. He's got that 105, however, and that thing is doing some proper damage to Sandland.
He's doing some real legwork. He's doing all the heavy lifting in this game. 39 kills now. And now, apparently, Sandland thought it was a good time for a Nebel.
Against the support weapons, but there's really only 1 AT gun left. Well, suppressing rifles on the attack, maybe? I don't know. I think, you know, Trinity just got on like an MG. He killed a mortar. He's got a 105. He just needs to dodge some artillery, which is easier said than done, but still. I'm not sure about the
grenade tennis.
Ouch, ouch. I think
the at point blank range against these high vetted rifles is always a tough break, but that vet 3 on the Grenadiers gives them such high health. they walk away successful, and now here we go. Sandland breaking back into the map now. He's stolen an AT gun, stolen a 57. He's going to be able to go back and reinforce himself. And actually, Sandland's going to get himself another free grand in just a minute. But he really needs to repair that medic bunker. It's in a really bad shape.
I wonder what this on-map is going to be firing on now.
He was trying to cover his retreat. Didn't really work.
We do have an off-map combat group. 2 vehicles this time for Spanky, an M10 and an M8. And 2
M8's actually really useful.
There's only one Shrek on the ground and stolen 57s. He's going to be able to chase off this infantry at least. But Sandland now actually has more 57s than Spanky does. Spanky only has... He has none because he got decrewed. Sandland has 2. He stole 2 of them. They're actually working against Spanky now. They did a lot of damage to Sandland's vehicular army with all the Pumas, which are like almost all dead right now. He's got 1 remaining. 1 single Puma. That's it.
Ooh, that M8 didn't live very long.
Oh wow. Well, he ran into double 57s. That's never gonna work. Here's the M10 now. I'm not exactly sure what it's gonna do. We do have an off-map used on these 57s now. 1 hit might be able to take out one of them, but the other one should be far away enough. But that's scattered.
Oh, just as it was turning around to face the M10, gets annihilated.
That's gonna get around. Yeah, we do have a Shrek on the ground though. 1 M10 is not going to be enough. He could go in for the squish, but with the 57 covering and blocking a possibility from the Puma. Not exactly sure. Misfire from the 57.
Nice nade goes in on the building, but those Vet 3 grenades, they just shrug it off. They took it in the face and they're just like, yeah, is that all you got?
Okay.
I think we might see another use from the Fatherlands here. Yep, there it is.
Kinda needs to, I think.
He needs a medkit on that half-health Grenadier. Badly needs a medkit. But here we go now. M10 coming into the base here. It's just a single Shrek and a single 57 there. But he's not going to suicide rush it. He's going to back out. Oh! Friendly fire! Friendly fire! He kills his own rifle squad.
And drops a bar as well.
That was a Vet 1 rifle. I think that was a Vet 1 rifle.
I'm not sure. No, I think that was a... Because he's got 3 Vet 2 rifles. And 2
Vet 1. I don't...
yeah,
okay.
he got 2 in the on-map, or the off-map call-in, I think. He got 2 vehicles and 2 rifles. So I think that was a mint rifle. But actually, I think it's kind of good that he lost it. Well, he could have just lost it fighting and doing some damage at least, not just nuking it himself. Because it's just going to cost him so much upkeep. He had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 6 rifles remaining, so he had 7. 7 rifles.
Spanky, what are you doing? Why do you keep on base rushing when you know that you can't?
Base MGs everywhere. He wants to get rid of that 57, the only one that remains. The other one got destroyed permanently by the off-map, and this M10 is just working on the bunkers now. But even if he gets the bunkers away, there's going to be MGs on every single building due to defensive shows.
Range sticky on the Puma. Takes down a half health, but no crit.
That's the second time I see that this game. No crit on the Pumas from...
Yeah, he's rolling some lucky crits.
Oh,
nice nade! Nice nade.
There's only 1 Volk. The other one was actually already dead. The guy laying on the ground was already dead damaged. Another grenade. Instant retreat from Sandland.
Now Spanky's going to be able to move up, and he's probably going to be able to cap while in cover, so that Puma's not going to be able to do too much to him. Sandland is totally out of munitions. He can't even afford to throw a grenade.
Well, the only sector he has is that high munitions on the right hand side. That's it. No fuel income. He's only got 1 strategic point. He has his cutoff at least, so that's something. So he's got the munitions, but he doesn't even have the munitions on the far right hand side of the map, or even the ones outside of his base. The +5 fuel and the +10 munitions. I don't think he's ever had them. He just never went for it.
46 kills now on that 105, although of course 6 of those are friendly.
Oh yeah, that's true. Was it an entire squad? Was it 6 men?
It was a whole squad, yeah. A whole squad vanished in one shell.
It must have been really clumped up or something.
That must have been the penal battalion. Like, you ever seen the film The Dirty Dozen?
Yeah.
it was those guys.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah, exactly. We did have the second supply yard upgrade finished for Spanky, so that fixes up his income a bit. And most likely gonna open up the doors to Vet 3 rifles too. If he can get any kills on these Vet 3 grens, which is posing to be quite hard. He needs the grenades, lucky grenades, but as long as Sandland stays on top of his micro, he easily
I think
be able to
a vehicle kill is going to be what tips him over the edge, especially on that 18 kill rifle there. If he can kill a Stug, that should bring him to Vet 3, provided that he has...
stickies. He's gonna have to sticky forever.
Yeah,
he's got no AT guns or anything. He's got 2 M10s. 2 M10s, but they're fairly squishy against 57s, and he's got
yeah, very squishy against 57s. Oh, I'm visualizing a huge 105 shell.
Oh yeah, he needs to get out of there.
Yeah.
The 105 firing. It's gotta be on that target, and the Grand hit retreat. That was lucky. It could have landed.
Whoa! That's 57. Wow.
Sticky on the Stug with the Shreks out of there. These 2 M10s can start moving now, and that's exactly what Spanky is doing, rubber banding a bit over there. We do have the weapon support center built in his base as well, so he's continuing to tech and replace his destroyed buildings, etc. He's not going to give up. He's not just going to spam something. He's just going to keep going.
Oh, this is tough now. Rushing. Oh, he only sent one of the M10s in.
Yeah,
and he didn't even fire.
Too much. Not a single shot fired. Not even a misfire.
Yeah,
There's the misfire. Great.
What, it fired now? Oh, fantastic.
He got a misfire. It finally fired, it was a misfire. Lovely.
And it fired on an infantry squad. Brilliant. Well, here comes a massive rifle push here.
Yeah, and the Nebel was actually shot at the high fuel at those rifles that instantly retreated.
Another Vet 2 rifle. This is really... And another bounce.
Wow. But it's already got a damage engine for some reason. It got sticky before, I think. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, it did. Yeah.
Off map.
Off map. He's gonna force them to retreat directly into those M10s again. Oh no, that Vet 2 rifle is taking a lot of damage on retreat. Oh no, it's gonna go down.
Oh, he might be able to get out of there. I don't think so though. This red pursuit, but
the
that
bolts, I think, got the killing shot.
He got him. He got him. Vet 2 rifle down.
That's a mighty shame. That's a mighty shame there. This attack, it was well intentioned. It could have done a lot of good things, but unfortunately, it just didn't quite work out for him.
It's just Vet 3 infantry. They just never die.
Nade on the Nebel. Actually, little tip: never nade Nebels unless you know that you're going to kill them afterwards. Because if he recruits it straight away, it's going to reset the cooldown, so he'll be able to fire it instantly.
But you can steal it. If
you can steal it, but that close to the base is very rarely that you'll be able to steal a Nebel in a competitive game.
Well, if you've already won, basically.
Well, yeah.
Oh, he's trying to sticky that Stug. Not exactly sure.
Grenade in. 2 grenades in. They both miss.
Yeah, they do nothing. As long as Sandland keeps dodging these grenades, he's good. He's solid. These grants are gonna pay for themselves tenfold.
Oh, there's the M10. Poking his nose out on the left-hand side.
He's gonna get a sticky off on one of the... No, not on the Puma, not on nothing. M10 can't move in because both of the Stugs, one of them fully repaired Vet 2, no problem whatsoever. The other one got sticky, but yeah, I'm not sure. He still only has 2 M10s, again 2 Stugs with Shrek backup. I think it's too much. He needs to basically single them out, and Sandland's not ever gonna allow that. He's just gonna, you know, basically defend quite hard and, you know, combined army. Well, he's gonna have a squishing opportunity at least on these grants here.
Yeah, forces it instant retreat.
Well, snipe. I think that's the first time I've seen, you know, a grenadier not dying to artillery for quite a while since he got Vet 3. They just don't die to the grenades because they get dodged, and even when they don't get dodged in buildings, they just eat it. Don't even suffer a single casualty.
Face. Yeah, well, that has prompted Spanky to get himself a sniper.
Yeah. He did have the weapon support center up again, and he managed to get a sniper out now.
Yeah, sniper's gonna be good now, especially with no medic bunker to reinforce.
Forcing his rifles though in the base. He's saved up for the double sniper instead. Here's the second sniper now on the field as well. He just needs to keep them alive though. They could get hunted down by these Vet 3 Grens, because the rifles might not be able to stop them before reaching the snipers. Should be good with double snipers though. His second sniper is not moving out of his base though. He's busy microing all of these rifles now, engaging all of these Grens and the Pumas and stuff. But he's not going to be able to do anything good here with these rifles. Unvetted. Nice grenade!
That was a nice grenade. Yeah,
but he don't kill one guy. That was basically smack in the middle of them. Here's another grenade, instant retreat from Sandland.
Yeah, the retreat modifier kicked in before he could do too much damage.
Well, the first grenade was before the retreat, and it still did nothing. Vet 3 Grens with that massive
Well, it did
health.
something.
Well, killed one.
It killed a quarter of the squad, which is...
Yeah, I guess so. Sniper can kill a quarter of your squad in one bullet as well.
Well, yeah, the sniper costs a lot more.
Yeah, that's true.
Where is the sniper? Oh, it's there.
It's just trolling around on the right-hand
Double
side. The second
snipers.
sniper's going to join him up, so that's going to be good.
I don't think he can afford to be coy with these snipers. I think he
No,
just needs to go
just
at it. Just hammer
start
and tongs.
plugging away.
Yep, just start firing away.
Kill them instantly.
I mean, when you got two of them, it's very you know, even if Sandland already had a sniper, which he does, he just built one. Because this is the problem. When you reveal your sniper, you want to start plugging away, because otherwise you give him the time and the manpower to get himself a sniper of his own, and then you're into sniper wars. And
Well,
then
I
it's
get
a much tougher.
Sandland into the punch as he already has a sniper. But yeah, the Spanky sniper's running around uncloaked now. He's probably been fishing, seeing like, have you rebuilt another sniper, Sandland? Is your 5th sniper on the field yet? Or however many you've built?
He has built a lot, but they haven't survived too long. To be honest, when you've got a 105 and double snipers, I don't foresee Sandland sniper living for too long.
Well, you never know. But right now he's kind of moving into the danger zone of this artillery piece, raining down on the cutoff. Well, you don't want to go there, sniper. That scatter is very wild today. I'm not sure. Very, very random.
Spanky's almost down to just below 100, but it's Sandland now. It just dipped below 200, so he had time. He no longer has that much time. So he does need to do something, but the problem is he's actually pop-capped again. He's on 40 out of 40.
Well, he has no territories. He tried to go for the fuel outside of his base for once now. The 2 rifles shows up against his Shrek upgrades. He doesn't fancy the odds and the grenade possibilities, while Micro on the right-hand side. So he instantly retreats again. So he's still top-capped.
Double snipers are being charged down now by Sandland.
Yeah.
30 cows covering their ass.
But they still haven't really done that much. 3 kills on one and 1 kill on another. That's 4 kills.
Yeah, they've done nothing really so far.
I don't think
Sandland's
even killed like Gren.
Sandland is bloating a load of manpower and a load of fuel, but with only tier 3 and tier 1 at his disposal, there's nothing he can really get, which is going to sort of solve all his problems.
Well, pop
It's not like he can get a P4 or anything like that.
We just broke 4 digits on fuel for Spanky.
Oh wow.
I'm not kidding. He has over 1,000 fuel in the bank. That's so insane.
Sandland's got a Goliath.
Well, he's got to use his munitions somehow, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't cost popcat, does it? So, oh, he could blow up a rifle there, maybe. He's got to go for the
two rifle. Oh no, Spanky doesn't see it. Oh no!
Goodbye, rifles. Snipers needs to retreat.
Yeah, so some rifles. We will see you in rifle heaven.
Off-map combat crew called in for Spanky. Another M10, mortar MG, and another rifle squad. All these rifles. His army is proper massive now with 3 M10s, 2 snipers, 5 rifles, 2 30 cals, an AT gun, an engineer, and 1 mortar, and a howitzer of doom, obviously.
Oh, nice nade in the middle of all those grands, but predictably
Nothing.
Does nothing. Does nothing. Well, you know, you do pay a lot for Vet 3, so you expect
that's
it
true.
for your money, really.
They don't get shrapnel proof. Just because they're veterans from the front lines or something.
Yeah, they get gasoline covered Kevlar.
Oh yeah, that's one. And sniper bullet attraction devices. I don't know.
Like gasoline covered heavily magnetic Kevlar.
Heavily magnetic Kevlar. That's it.
Has many practical uses. One of them is not dodging sniper bullets.
No. Or fire.
Or fire.
But bar rifle, automatic rifle, small arms fire, no problem.
Oh yeah. Yeah, knock
problem.
yourselves out.
Sandland's army is looking okay, but Spanky's army is looking much, much more powerful, and he might be going for some form of a killing blow right now. He's not gonna wait out 150 VPs from Sandland. I got 3 M10s now, you know. I got double supply art upgrades. I got a healthy income. I'm already floating 300 manpower again, over 1100 fuel now. You know, I got my off-map howitzer of doom. Firing at max range.
Something just exploded. That was a stug right there.
Yeah.
Sandland essentially, he's about to get vet 3 stugs, and by stugs I of course mean stug singular because he only has 1 now.
Yeah, he did have 2, but there's 3 M10s now with that new M10 from the recent Open Night Combat group, and here we go. Infantry battle around the cutoff at the same time.
Whoa, that was a nice nade. 2 guys go down to 1 nade. That's the nade he was waiting for. And here are the 3 M10s now circling around this Stug.
It's Vets 3 now. I don't think it's gonna help.
It's not gonna do too much, but there's
Nice
so many
trick,
misfires. There's so many misfires.
So terrible. Now this is a problem for the Stug now. It's M10 sandwich. And he's actually circling around.
There it goes.
There it goes.
Oh, and that anti-sniper might get run over. It might get run over. Wow. He's just dodging everything. What a lucky sniper.
But yeah, I think Sandland is basically out of AT apart from a single Shrek. Is that it? He's got no Stugs, no Pang.
Yeah, one
no
Shrek.
nothing.
One Shrek on a one-man squad. It's not exactly a glorious situation.
It's not the best situation for Sandland right now. I think he's basically outgunned. He's got no pop cap, he has no sectors, he doesn't have the BPs in control, he's got nothing to gamble with. It's just over. Apart from these, you know, MGs on his base buildings.
Yeah, they're keeping him in the
really
game.
doing nothing else. They're
But
just
yeah,
doing
the
everything
artillery
right
now is just all concentrated around Sandland's base. Takes out the Neville, killing all his Grens. He's just bleeding manpower out the ass right now.
Off-map used on something, the tier 3 maybe, I'm not exactly sure, it was landed between, it doesn't really matter. AT gun opening up on it, there's the Axis Sniper now opening up on that 57 from Spanky, but his tier 3 building might go down to this artillery. I don't think so, it's gonna live. Yeah, it's gonna live.
There's a 30 cal covering the VP, I don't know if Sandland's gonna be able to cap it in time, and the double snipers are back in play as well.
Yeah,
I think this is curtains now for Sandland. He fought the good fight, but he's not going to be able to get these VPs back.
He had Spanky in the base with an 88.
He had him in the base, yeah. But he made some bad sort of base rush attempts where he ended up just losing a lot and not really killing anything.
I guess.
I think at that point I would have rather have switched to Spanky's cutoff rather than try and push into the base. Because the cutoff's just there. It's so very reachable. It's so very achievable.
Unprotected.
Whereas if you go for the left side on this map as well, then getting the 88 and creeping into the base is extremely viable because you got that wonderful big open field. But on the right hand side, I prefer just to take the right and then go immediately to the left.
OMCG.
Sandland, your tears are like delicious nectar.
That saved him. 50 VPs remains for Sandland right now. He might just be waiting it out, or he might just drop right now because he's down to 4 units.
55 kill Howie. Damn.
Oh yeah.
Damn, son.
2 light vehicles, 3 tanks, 1 or 2 of them are AT guns, I think, but 1 Stug down to that artillery piece. Is he gonna get 3? Gonna get Vet 3 on a rifle? Maybe?
If he kills that sniper with a Vet 2, he might get it. No, he does kill the sniper, but doesn't get Vet 3, unfortunately.
Well, if he kills the Stug, he should get it. I hope. He's got 16 kills, 18 kills, and 14 kills. I don't know if 1 Vet 3 Stug is gonna be enough. Should be, with double supply yard upgrades. See if he's gonna do it with a 16 or 18 rifle, maybe. Is he trying to run into the threads to make it stop moving?
Well,
it
he
can be
succeeded.
mobilized. Here we go.
And he goes down.
Oh, we won't even see if he manages to get the Vet 3 rifle.
We
Good game.
assume he does.
That was a weird base attacky game. Angoville, I guess.
Yeah, well, Ango has always been about the base rushes, you know, ever since the first person realized that you could sneak in between those 2 base MGs down in the south. Yeah. You know, it was all about those. You got that little wonderful window between the hedges to sneak in and wreak all kinds of havoc.
Snipers on retreat and low health MGs and whatnot.
It can be a very frustrating map if you're not aware of all potential routes into your base. But no, a very entertaining game and a lot of fun to go back to Vico after doing COH 2 for so many months.
Yeah, 1,300 fuel in the bank for Spanky as that game ended.
Well played.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone go 4 digits. Fuel, I mean.
I think we've seen it a few times. You know, games
maybe.
where someone goes infantry or airborne are the most common. When you go airborne and you don't get tank depot, so you have nothing really to spend your fuel on, so you just keep on getting those supply upgrades. So you keep on getting those supply drops, and you just get fuel, and you end up with
that's right.
10,000 million fuel. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Do let us know in the comments what your thoughts are on seeing Company of Heroes VCO once again after casting nothing but CO2 for quite a while now. I know I for one enjoyed very much to go back and look at some good old-fashioned VCO. So yeah, let us know in the comments. Share us on Facebook and Twitter, and we will see you next time.
See you guys.